for the anti-shackling bill. And we haven't mentioned much about women, but they no longer have to be shackled during the times of their pregnancies. And I didn't know this up until about 3 years ago that women were shackled. And so
yeah, can you imagine giving birth while you're shackled? Obviously,
or just carrying the shackles around for 9 months. Maybe well, you don't want either of them. But this is done on a legislative level, and probably women inside communicating on the outside with policy making to have this, because I heard about this a long time ago. So now they no longer have to be shackled. So this is one way that you can work from the outside and empower these sort of things with women. And they do have I'll pass this around if you want to see it.
Damn, girl.
They do have a newsletter for women. And women, they don't get much recognition. They always hear about the men and the men in the shoes. But this is I haven't read all of it, but I'm glad to share this with you. But women too need lots of support. I mean, like men. Because when you hear shackling during the time of pregnancy, it's definitely in here.
Yeah. The same happens during the medical examination. They literally shackle. Doctors have to work around that. So,
one of the more disappointing days of my lifetime was the first day that I got out. And I went in when I was 19, and I got out when I was 31. And I went to the same pool hall that I used to hang out at. And what struck me almost immediately was that I hadn't been broken, but all my friends had. Mm-hmm. I still thought that I could change the world, and I still think that I'm a powerful person. A number of people who hadn't been beat by slave masters don't necessarily feel that, and they feel like they can when I feel like I can. Half of my staff is formerly incarcerated people. I believe that we can build our own programs, and I think I have the right to speak in my own voice. So when I say that I'm a formerly incarcerated person, I'm asking everybody to call me a person or a people first, as opposed to describing it in draconian terms that actually take away from my humanity. So I thought it was a good, interesting exchange when I was sitting here. So that day that I got out that was so disappointing to me, I went to the pool hall and I was talking about Mao Zedong, Ho Chi Minh, Che Guevara, Stalin, Lenin, and my homeboys was talking about where do we cop. One of the disappointing days, the vision was narrow. So when I sit around and says that formerly incarcerated people who got out of prison came up with the term ban the box, and we removed it in 6 states and over 30 different jurisdictions. To me, that's huge.
Hell yeah.
So like right now we get ready to have a presidential campaign, and if a presidential election, if I asked everyone in this room, everyone probably can tell me how I'm facing my discrimination and how many of us cannot vote.
Well, I have
what I need to tell you is that the distinction of being me is that I think about how many millions of us that are voting. You only give me the numbers that disempower me. You don't give me the numbers and the information that lends to my ability to actually move public policy, to empower myself, and to control my community.
Right. So I want to ask, this is sort of a follow-up question and then we'll move on.